Hello everybody. If you want to read all the story's content in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. Short story 780, The Rise and Fall of Peter Mandelson. Intermediate. Peter Mandelson was born in 1953 in London. His grandfather was a famous Labour politician, Herbert Morrison. This family link gave Peter a strong interest in politics from a young age. In the 1980s, the Labour Party was very weak. It lost several elections to the Conservatives under Margaret Thatcher. Peter joined Labour and worked hard to change the party. In 1985, he became the Director of Communications. He helped make Labour look more modern and professional. In 1992, Peter was elected as a Member of Parliament for Hartlepool. He became close to two important men, Tony Blair and Gordon Brown. In 1994, after the death of Labour leader John Smith, Peter played a big secret role in helping Tony Blair become the new leader instead of Gordon Brown. Peter was one of the main architects of New Labour. This new style helped the party win a huge victory in the 1997 general election. Tony Blair became Prime Minister, and Peter got important jobs in government. First, he was Minister without portfolio. Then in 1998, he became Secretary of State for Trade and Industry, a cabinet position. This was a high point in his career. But soon came a low. In December 1998, people discovered that Peter had borrowed a large amount of money, £373,000, from a rich colleague, Geoffrey Robinson, to buy a house in London. He did not declare this loan properly. It looked like a conflict of interest because his department was looking into Robinson's business. Peter had to resign from the cabinet. This was his first big fall. However, Tony Blair still trusted him. In 1999, Peter returned to the cabinet as Secretary of State for Northern Ireland. He worked on the peace process there, but in January 2001, another problem came. People said Peter had used his influence to help two rich Indian brothers, the Hinduja brothers, to get British passports quickly. They had given money to a project connected to the government. Again, Peter resigned from the cabinet. This was his second resignation. After that, Peter left British politics for a while. In 2004, he became the European Commissioner for Trade in Brussels. He did this job until 2008 and gained a lot of respect for his work on international trade. In 2008, during the big financial crisis, Gordon Brown, who was now Prime Minister, asked Peter to come back. He became Business Secretary and was made a Lord so he could sit in the House of Lords. This was another high point. He helped the government during difficult times, but in 2010, Labour lost the election and Peter left government. After 2010, Peter wrote a book about his life called The Third Man. He also started a consultancy business and did other work outside politics. In 2025, the new Labour Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, gave Peter a big job again, British Ambassador to the United States. Many people were surprised because of his past scandals. But soon, old links to the American financier Jeffrey Epstein came back into the news. Epstein was a convicted sex offender who died in 2019. New documents in 2025 and 2026 showed that Peter had stayed friends with Epstein even after his conviction. There were emails and reports that suggested Peter had received money from him and shared government information. Because of this scandal, Starmer sacked Peter as ambassador in September 2025. The pressure continued. In early 2026, more details came out. Peter resigned from the Labour Party. He also resigned from the House of Lords. His consultancy business lost clients and went into administration. Police started an investigation into possible misconduct. Peter Mandelson's career had many highs, helping create New Labour, winning elections, holding jobs in Britain and Europe, but it also had many lows, 2 resignations from cabinet, and a final fall because of the Epstein connection. In the end, at the age of 72 in 2026, Peter Mandelson's long life in politics came to a quiet and difficult close. His story shows how power, ambition, and mistakes can shape a troubled career. Vocabulary notes. Architect, noun, meaning a person who plans and creates something important, like a new system, policy, or idea, not just buildings. Example, Peter was one of the main architects of New Labour. This means he helped design and build the modern version of the Labour Party. Similar words: designer, creator, planner, founder, mastermind. Scandal, noun, meaning an event that shocks people because it involves dishonest, immoral, or embarrassing behaviour, usually by someone important. Example, because of this scandal, Starmer sacked Peter as ambassador in September 2025. This refers to the serious problem with his connection to Jeffrey Epstein. Similar words: controversy, disgrace, affair, outrage, embarrassment. Resign, verb, meaning to officially leave a job or position, usually because you choose to or because you are forced to. Example, Peter had to resign from the cabinet. This happened after the house loan problem in 1998. Similar words: quit, step down, leave office, stand down, give up one's post. Ambition, noun, meaning a strong desire to achieve success, power, or a particular goal in life. Example, his story shows how power, ambition, and mistakes can shape a troubled career. This describes Peter's strong drive to reach high positions. Similar words: drive, aspiration, goal, determination, desire for success. Turmoil, noun, meaning a state of great confusion, disorder, or emotional upset. Example based on the story: Peter's career was full of highs and lows, with periods of success followed by turmoil from resignations and scandals. This word captures the difficult and unsettled parts of his political life. Similar words: chaos, confusion, disturbance, upheaval, crisis. Story written by Steve UK and Grok 4. Images created by ChatGPT and Grok 4. To read all the story's content in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. CC Music, Drifting at 432 Hz, Unicorn Heads.